So, what could a cursed genius from the Renaissance possibly have in common with a young vlogger from modern day India? Well, a lot more than you'd think. Today, we're going to uncover a secret that connects two absolutely trailblazing lives separated by 500 years, a dozen empires, and pretty much the entire globe.
I want you to picture this. It's 15th century Italy. A man is working like a madman, all alone, his face just lit by a single candle. And what he's doing? It's totally forbidden. It's dangerous. And yeah, it's going to change the world, but not for centuries.
Yeah, we're talking about Leonardo da Vinci, and these were his secret notebooks. 13,000 pages. I mean, just filled with things that were completely unthinkable at the time. He wrote backwards, in mirror script, just to hide his work. He was designing machine guns and tanks, like 400 years ahead of schedule. He was illegally dissecting human bodies to draw our anatomy with an accuracy that seems almost impossible. And here's the really chilling part. The pages were marked with bloody fingerprints, like he had just touched death before picking up his pen.
So this is what we call the cursed genius. You know, someone whose ideas are so advanced, so revolutionary, that society just flat out rejects them. They see a future nobody else can, and for that, they often get punished. But why? I mean, why did Leonardo have to hide everything?
Well, it's because he ran smack into what we are calling the world's wall, that massive societal pressure that tries to crush anyone who even dares to be different. Leonardo's life was a battle from day one. Seriously, as an illegitimate child, he was called a devil's child, denied all real education, denied an inheritance. Get this, even being left-handed was seen as a mark of the devil. And all his brilliant scientific work, the church called it heresy. Can you even imagine the weight of that? Being rejected by basically everyone for everything that you are? The pain from that rejection, it was so deep that it literally shattered his own sense of self. It forced him into this total isolation, where his only friends were his questions, his observations, and of course, his notebooks. Okay, so just hold that thought about isolation and courage. Now, let's do a little time travel. Let's jump 500 years into the future to a whole different continent to meet someone who's facing her own version of that exact same wall. And here we are, West Bengal, India, in the 21st century. The world has changed a ton, but some things you're about to see really haven't. Okay, meet Trisha. She's 19 years old, and she drives an electric rickshaw, it's called a Toto, to support her entire family. Now, in her community, this is considered a man's job. And because of that, every single day she has to deal with ridicule and judgment. She's an outsider in her own world. Sound familiar? Just like Leonardo, Trisha is met with total scorn. People laugh, they point fingers, but she doesn't stop because she knows her family is counting on her. She faces that wall of society head-on every single day. So how do these two trailblazers, separated by half a millennium, fight back? Well, they use the tools they have. For one, it was a secret notebook. For the other, a very, very public camera. Leonardo's notebook was his entire mind, just downloaded onto paper, a private space where he could secretly decode the universe. Trisha's camera phone is the total opposite, right? It's a tool to broadcast her reality out to the world, turning her hard work into a public statement. So one hid his truth, the other shares hers, and both are incredible acts of courage. But, you know, their real power wasn't just in their tools. It was in their unique way of looking at the world, their perspective. There's this amazing word in Hindi, nazariya. It means way more than just a viewpoint. It's a way of seeing. It's that ability to see the hidden patterns, the deeper meaning that everybody else just misses, to find a universal law in a tree or to see a revolution in a simple rickshaw ride. Leonardo's nazariya was just legendary. I mean, he didn't just see a tree, he observed that the thickness of the trunk was equal to the combined thickness of all its branches. From that, he decoded a mathematical principle that we now use to understand everything from our own arteries to the internet. He saw science everywhere and used it to create art that felt truly alive. And Trisha has her own powerful perspective. She doesn't just see a daily job or a way to make some vlogs. She sees her work as an example. Her videos give a voice to her hard work, a message to every other girl out there who's been told, you can't do that. Her daily commute becomes a statement of defiance and empowerment. So when you put these two stories side by side, something really powerful starts to emerge. A story about a legacy that isn't defined by fame or fortune, but by pure, uncut courage. And her individual act of courage, it's not just personal, it creates ripples. She's blazing a path for others, proving that a single person can, in fact, start to change society.
And this is how their legacies connect. Did Leonardo change the entire world? Yes, absolutely. Is Trisha changing her world? You bet she is. The scale is different, but that trailblazing spirit is exactly the same. Impact is impact.
So we're back where we started. Two people who seem like they're from different universes. A Renaissance master and a modern Toto driver. What is the one thread that ties them together across 500 years? The answer is this: the courage to face down that world's wall, to follow your own perspective, to just be who you are even when you're told you're wrong. That kind of courage is timeless. It doesn't care about your gender, what century you live in, or where you're from.
And that leaves us with one final thought. Leonardo's story was hidden away in notebooks for centuries. Trisha's story is broadcast on Instagram. It really makes you wonder, who are the trailblazers living among us right now, quietly or loudly challenging the world? Look around. You might just see one.